Chapter 15. At night before bed, I take a deep breath and march into the family room. Mama and Baba are sitting on the sofa with their laptops. I make sure Mama isn't paying bills, since that makes her cranky. She's online looking at someone's wedding photos. That's a good sign. Mama? Baba? I say. Hey, hun, what's up? Mama's still looking at the screen. I would get in trouble for doing that. You tell me that I should always be honest with you, right? I start. Of course, Mama says. She's giving me her full attention now. I imagine serious violin music playing in the background and try to push it out of my head. I know I should have told you I was skipping violin, but the honest truth is, I don't want to play it anymore. What do you mean? Mama starts to shake her head. You've been playing for more than a year now, and you're good at it. But I don't like it. I don't like practicing it. I don't like my lessons. I don't like being in the orchestra. I don't even like the way the violin sounds. That's absurd, Mama snorts. How can you not like the way a violin sounds? It's beautiful. Maybe to you, I continue, but I like hip-hop. Mama looks crushed. But you have so much potential, she says. You'll learn to appreciate it. I don't want to. I want to play basketball and be on the gold team, and I skipped violin because I wanted to have a better chance at tryouts. But Zayd, you're so... Baba stops himself and looks a little embarrassed. I wait for him to finish. The other kids have a real size advantage over you. Don't you think it makes more sense for you to, maybe focus on a different sport? Like what? Like tennis or swimming. You were always a good swimmer. I'm good at basketball too. I've gotten a lot better than I was. At least I was getting better before you made me stop. Mama and Baba looked at each other. Plus, all my friends play basketball, I add. Well, if all your friends, Baba starts. I promise I would not jump off a cliff, I interrupt. Baba smiles. I was going to say that if all your friends play, I can see why you want to also. But don't jump off a cliff either. Can I please go to tryouts this weekend? My 2 weeks are almost up. I can make up the extra days later. Please. We appreciate you being honest with us, Mama says. Let your dad and me talk about it. I start to feel lighter. But you know that it's good to stick with something you start, she adds. And you've already invested time and energy learning to play the violin. Zara got to quit tap dance, I mumble, and softball, and kung fu. Okay, Zayd, it's not a competition with Zara. Mom picks up her laptop again, but her eyes are smiling. Besides, playing the violin is different. It helps develop your brain. We just want to help you grow. I don't say that it won't help me grow heavier or taller, and that's the only kind of growing I'm really interested in right now. Just think seriously about this decision, and we will too, Mama says. Okay? Okay, I will. Even though she still needs to think about it, I don't. I should have told them what I felt weeks ago. Ever since the day I fell off that stage, I knew it was meant to be my grand finale. Like Mamu said, I need to follow my true passion. Chapter 16. Gentlemen, are we looking up information for our research projects or goofing around? Mrs. Griffin is glaring at us over her reading glasses from the checkout desk in the media center. Looking up information, Adam says, as he pokes me under the table. We're sitting at the computers to do research for our role models project. Check this out. Adam clicks on a YouTube video called Kevin Durant's Greatest Moments. There are 3 guys in regular clothes talking about Durant and imitating his signature moves on a court. And they name each one something goofy like the Matrix. He's amazing, Adam sighs. And you know, I know, your cousin went to high school with him at Montrose Christian. You told me 1,000 times. You're just jealous. It wasn't you, was it? Still, my cousin knows him, and I know my cousin, so it's like I know him. Boys, Mrs. Griffin sneaks up behind us, and we both jump. That does not look like research. Yes, it is. Adam turns to a page in his notebook and points to the title. It's research, promise. Look, I picked Kevin Durant as my role model. Mrs. Griffin lets out a big sigh. A football player? That's the best you could come up with. Basketball, and he is the best, Adam argues. He's tall and he can shoot. Well, I hope you can find other reasons why he is a true role model. What about you, Zayd? Who do you have? John Wall. Let me guess. Another athlete? Not just another athlete. He's MVP of the Wizards. He leads the league in assists, and he... Okay. Miss Griffin frowns. I get the idea, but you need to find at least 2 reasons to admire these individuals outside of sports. Adam and I look at each other. Mrs. Griffin is taking all the fun out of this project. And I expect you to use the internet to look up articles, boys. No more videos. Okay, we both say. I spend the next half hour trying to find out other stuff about John Wall besides his shooting average, and I'm surprised how much there is. John Wall's awesome, I say. Not as awesome as KD, Adam argues. I'm not talking about basketball. He won a Community Assist Award for doing all this cool stuff. Like what? Helping homeless kids and building playgrounds and things. I point to the article on the screen. And I touched him, I add. I know, you told me 1,000 times. Adam is just getting back at me for not acting impressed enough about Durant and his cousin. But I really did touch John Wall. It was when Jamal Mamu took me to a Wizards game last year for my birthday, up in the highest section of the arena. Right before halftime, we went down to the spot where the players passed by to go to the locker room. I got to high-five most of the team, and even though I missed John Wall, I touched his arm as he walked by. His sweat absorbed into my skin. I told Mamu I was never going to wash that hand again. He made me wash it 10 minutes later when he bought me a hot dog, but it was still awesome. I touched John Wall. Adam checks to make sure Mrs. Griffin isn't looking and clicks on a website called Land of Basketball, where you can compare stats of players side by side. KD is better than Wall, no comparison, and he helps kids too, he gloats. Look. Durant had beaten Wall in every single category except steals and assists. I just shrug since I can't argue with the numbers, but Wall is still my favorite player, and he's going to be my role model, whether Mrs. Griffin likes it or not. Because you're supposed to learn something from a role model, right? And John Wall has taught me that sometimes you have to work extra hard to prove you're an all-star, even if others don't see it, and even if you're better than the team you're on. Plus, it's pretty cool that he likes to help people too.